Hi, I'm Claire Tansey, food editor at Chatelaine magazine. Welcome to the Chatelaine kitchen, where we triple test all our recipes to make sure they're delicious and foolproof. We've been working on a pumpkin cheesecake bar and wanted to share with you part of the process of how we get to the perfect recipe. So this is our first attempt. It's okay, but it really looks bad, and we want our recipes to taste good and look good, so we got to fix the appearance somehow. And also, if you look on the side, there's lots and lots of crust and not very much filling, so we're going to fix that. So that was attempt number 1. It's all right. Attempt number 2 looks much better already. We put a little melted chocolate on top, and we cut the crust in half, and we doubled the filling. So there's lots more nice filling. Crust is really nice, comes out of the pan really nicely. But the problem with this is that when you go to cut it, uh-oh, it cracks. And that is just a disaster. Version 3, the perfect version. Gorgeous, delicious, and I'm gonna show you how to make it right now. Starting with an 8x8 pan, and I've lined it with a little piece of parchment paper. As you can see, the parchment paper makes lifting the finished squares out of the dish so much easier. So that's just sitting like that. And then to make the crust, you start with graham crumbs. And originally in our first recipe, we had coconut in the base, but it was just overpowering the entire dish. So we changed to candied ginger, which really made a nice difference to the taste. Candied ginger, crumbs, and a bit of melted butter. Stir together. That goes right into the pan. And then I'll just press it down to make a nice even layer. And that just bakes in a 350 oven for about 10 minutes until it's golden. Now you don't even need to use a different bowl to make the filling. Same bowl, start with an egg. And then this is sort of like a pumpkin pie filling, but with the addition of cream cheese, which gives it that cheesecake element. That's just some canned pumpkin. So you can make these any time of year. And then for flavor, some dried ginger, some dried nutmeg, and a bit of salt. Salt is so important in baking because it brings all the flavors together and makes all of the different flavors taste that much better. Bit of brown sugar. Again, another layer of flavor. We originally tried this with white sugar, but we really like the flavor of the brown sugar a lot better. Every time we go through the process of testing a recipe, all of the staff in the kitchen taste it and everybody gives their opinion. And that's how we decide what we're going to do the next time we make it. So the final addition here is cream cheese. It's important that it's at room temperature and cut into these tiny cubes. And that goes into that mixture. And then you blend it in using the electric mixer. It's not going to go smooth, it's going to go a little bit chunky, which actually makes the texture of the finished dish kind of creamy and rich and interesting. It doesn't look perfectly uniform, and that is just fine. Give it one last stir. Remember, we're going to put that chocolate layer on top to cover up any little ugliness underneath. And even though it's ugly, man, is it delicious. Okay, so that filling is going to go on the hot crust once I pull the pan out of the oven. So the crust is nice and gently baked. You just put the filling on top of the hot crust. And smooth it out. And then it just goes back into the oven for about 25 minutes or until the filling is set. And then it cools and you make the chocolate topping. Back into the oven. This is just a chocolate topping, a little bit of cream heated up in a pot, and then some chocolate chips mixed in. And these bars have cooled for at least 2 hours, so they're cool to the touch now. If you put the topping on hot bars, the topping is going to just run all over the place. Nice little bit of chocolate topping. And then you just spread it out and make a nice thin layer. This just needs to be refrigerated for about an hour until the chocolate is firm, and then it is ready to slice. Now that earns the Chatelaine seal of approval. For more recipes, go to chatelaine.com.